on that. Defensively, I think the thing that's really the two things that they struggled with last year that, they were still a great unit, but the two things that maybe held them back from that elite status you're talking about there, Jalen, sacks and turnovers. And I think they're leading the SEC in turnovers right now. Like you said, Harrison has 3 picks. They've had a couple forced fumbles in there. They've been ball hawks, which is awesome because it's not something that Brad White, as great as a defense coordinator as he is, I agree he's underrated. I can't believe he's not a head coach or a DC somewhere. I mean, credit to him for being loyal because he could easily be the DC at LSU right now. Yeah. But they are taking away the ball at a high rate and they're getting to the quarterback. They're tied for 6th in the SEC in sacks, where last year, I believe they finished dead last in the SEC. They only had 20, and I believe they're at 11 already this year. So, and it's a lot of different guys doing it. I think the team leaders are all tied with a sack and a half. And that's what's special about this front 7. More so, the inside backers are Trevin and D-Jack. Martez Thor has been in there a little bit lately, but more so on the D-line and at outside backer, man, they can rotate the hell. They're 2 to 3 units deep, and that's keeping guys fresh. I was talking to the guys about it today. Keyshawn Silver, Octavius Oxendine, and Tyrese Fairbury. They're like, we're fresh, we're healthy, and that's not always. And I asked Keyshawn, like, is this normally how healthy you feel 5 weeks into a season? He said, no. Like, usually they're more beat up because they're playing a lot more, but they can rotate so many different dudes. I mean, you're talking on the D line alone: Walker, Saunders, Silver, Hayes. Dinkins, I'm probably leaving Ripka, Ox. I mean, there's a lot of dudes there. And then an outside backer, JJ's off to a little bit of a slow start. He only has 1 sack through 4 weeks, but you've gotten help from Tyrese Fairbury. He comes in on a free rush last week and he forces an errant throw on 3rd down. Noah Matthews is starting to rotate in there a little bit. So they've got crazy depth on the front 7, which is keeping guys healthy, keeping guys fresh. And they always seem to have fresh legs going after the quarterback. And that's obviously also helping them in the run. I mean, how about Darian Henry-Young? He's got a sack and a half and he's affecting games at the DN spot as like the 3rd stringer there. So a lot of depth. And then in the DBs, Phillips and Harrison, man, they're playing out of their minds, both of them. I know Phillips doesn't have the pick yet, but you look at some of the pass breakups he's had, some of the tackles in the open field. I mean, him and Harrison are the 2 highest graded corners in the SEC right now, and Harrison 2nd in the country. Like, you're getting elite DB play at corner, and those safeties. I don't know if they've showed up in the stat sheet as much this year, but specifically Zion Childers and Jalen Geiger, they're affecting games too. So it's a deep defense, and we all know. I don't even have to go on a Trevin Wallace thing right now. We all know what he can do at inside back.